What if the oil you're using right now is slowly killing your engine, and no one's warning you? We're exposing 7 dangerous oils still being sold, busting myths that quietly destroy engines, and revealing a $3,000 mistake most mechanics won't warn you about. If you care about your car's life or your wallet, watch this before your next oil change. Number 1. The wrong viscosity oil. You wouldn't pour maple syrup into your veins, right? So why are drivers pouring the wrong viscosity oil into precision-tuned engines? Oil isn't close enough. It's engineered to flow at specific rates under pressure, heat, and cold starts. And when you get that wrong, your engine doesn't just suffer. It starts dying in silence. Too thick? It moves like sludge on a winter morning. During cold starts, when nearly 80% of engine wear happens, that syrupy oil can't flow fast enough to protect the moving parts. So for several seconds, metal grinds against metal. That's not wear. That's microscarring. The first step toward total failure. Too thin? That's just as dangerous. It breaks down fast under heat, loses its protective film, and lets internal components collide. Pistons, cams, bearings, they're now hitting without a cushion. Expect scoring, overheating, and eventually, a full-blown mechanical breakdown. Modern turbo engines like the Ford EcoBoost, Mazda Skyactiv, and Hyundai GTI are especially vulnerable. These engines operate with razor-thin tolerances. One viscosity grade off, and suddenly you're dealing with rough idling, delayed acceleration, and even spun bearings, a repair that could run you over $1,500 before you even know what hit you. And that's not even counting the fuel economy hit. You'll start burning more gas, noticing weird oil leaks, and feeling your engine strain, all because the oil is too thick or too thin for your engine's blood vessels, moving forward with oil that claims to help your engine. But if your car's too new, it can wreck it from the inside out. Number 2, high mileage oil in the new engine, a cure that turns poison. High mileage oil sounds helpful, right? It's marketed like a miracle serum, made to nourish tired engines, stop leaks, and keep old cars alive longer. But here's the twist. If your car isn't already worn out, this oil might be doing exactly the opposite. These blends are packed with seal conditioners, chemical agents designed to swell dried out rubber seals and stop drips in engines with over 75,000 miles. But if your car is still young, those seals aren't worn. They're still flexible, tight, and doing their job perfectly. Pour in high mileage oil too early, and those same conditioners can overswell your seals, soften your gaskets, and trigger premature leaks that would have never happened otherwise. And once the damage starts, it's expensive to undo, replacing a blown gasket set easily over $1,000. And if sludge builds up in the process, which it often does, the cleanup cost can balloon to $8,000 or more, all because you trusted a label that promised extra protection. Also, you should know that high mileage oil often has a thicker base, which can create similar problems to using the wrong viscosity. Slower cold starts, sluggish performance, and strain on variable valve timing systems. It's a recipe for early wear. So here's the rule. Unless your car is showing signs of age, burning oil, leaking from seals, or crossing that 75,000-mile threshold, leave the high mileage oil on the shelf. Because the truth is, when used too soon, it doesn't prevent problems. It starts them. Number 3, diesel oil in gasoline engines. Tough oil, dangerous fit. At first glance, diesel oil sounds like a power move. More detergents, more zinc, heavy-duty protection, tougher than regular gas engine oil. Sounds like an upgrade, right? Wrong, at least for most drivers. Diesel oil is formulated for diesel engines, which burn differently, run under different compression, and tolerate higher levels of certain additives, especially zinc and phosphorus. These compounds are excellent at protecting metal, but they're toxic to catalytic converters in gasoline engines. You might not notice a problem right away. In fact, some mechanics even recommend diesel oils for older gas engines because of their anti-wear strength. But what you won't see until it's too late is what it's doing to your emissions system. That extra zinc coats and clogs your catalytic converter, and when it fails, you're on the hook for a $2,000 to $3,000 repair. Even worse, some of that protection diesel oils offer comes at a cost to your spark plugs and fuel efficiency. These oils don't burn as cleanly in gas engines, leading to incomplete combustion, carbon buildup, and a subtle but steady decline in performance. Yes, there are a few exceptions. Some engines, especially high-performance or older muscle cars, can tolerate or even benefit from diesel oil under certain conditions. But for most modern cars, it's a gamble, one that could cost you thousands. So before you grab that jug of extra strength oil from the shelf, thinking you're doing your engine a favor, check your owner's manual. If it doesn't list diesel oil compatibility, don't roll the dice. Number 4, outdated API ratings. Just because a bottle says API certified doesn't mean it's safe. That's the trap. See, the American Petroleum Institute, or API, rates engine oils using a letter system. And some of those older letters, they belong in a museum, not in your daily driver. Take API SJ, for example. It was the standard in 2001. That was over 2 decades ago. back when cars didn't have direct injection, turbochargers, or sensitive emission systems. SJ oils lacked the detergents, anti-wear agents, and thermal stability that modern engines absolutely depend on. But here's the problem. You can still find these outdated oils on store shelves, especially in off-brand labels or bargain bins. And if you're not paying attention, one innocent mistake could cost you thousands. Use API SJ in a car built after 2001, and you're skipping out on modern sludge protection, exposing your engine to increased friction, and potentially frying your catalytic converter. Again, that's a $3,000 replacement. For reference, cars built after 2010 use APISP, 2001 to 2010 use APISM or SN. Anything older than that? Sure, SJ might apply, but only if you're restoring a classic. The real issue is that these outdated ratings don't come with warning labels. They just sit there next to modern oils, waiting for someone to assume API means safe. So here's your quick rule. If the API label starts with S and a letter before M, it's a red flag. That oil is missing modern protection. Number 5, recycled oil without certification, the green trap. On paper, recycled motor oil sounds like a win. It's better for the planet, cheaper for your wallet, and it promises to do the same job as new oil, just with less waste. But here's the truth most bottles won't tell you. Not all recycled oil is safe. Not even close. Each year, over 500 million gallons of used oil are collected in the US, and a chunk of it is reprocessed, repackaged, and resold. But unless that oil goes through rigorous refining and certification, it could be hiding something you'll never see coming, like microscopic contaminants, grit, metal shavings, water vapor that behave like liquid sandpaper inside your engine, or a missing additive package that leaves your oil unable to handle heat, friction, or sludge. The result? Increased engine wear, oil breakdown under heat, poor lubrication, and eventually catastrophic damage that looks like normal wear until it's too late. And here's the worst part. Many of these oils are sold at major retailers, cheap, unlabeled, and often lacking any certification seal from trusted organizations like API, ILSAC, or ACEA. So what's the test? Look for the seals. A PI donut, a CEA rating, or ILSAC starburst. No certification? Walk away. That $15 jug might seem like a good deal until it leads to a $5,000 engine rebuild. Recycled oil isn't the enemy. Uncertified recycled oil is. Number 6, unbranded or generic oils. You're in the aisle scanning prices. One bottle is $36, the other is $17. Same size, same words like premium blend or performance formula. So what's the difference? Everything. That unbranded or generic oil with the tempting price tag might not just be lower quality, it might be missing everything your engine needs to survive. No verified additive package, no quality base oils, no proper blending controls, and in many cases, no certification seals from any recognized authority. That means you could be pouring in oil that breaks down in heat, oil that fails under pressure, oil that sludges up faster than a gas station hot dog. And your engine? It pays the price. Oil starvation, viscosity collapse, blown seals, worn bearings, a complete engine failure that looks like bad luck, but started with one bargain bin mistake. Modern engines are more demanding than ever. They're built with tight tolerances, complex timing systems, and emissions components that require precision lubrication. Cheap oil doesn't just fall short, it fails silently. And when that happens, you're looking at a $5,000 to $7,000 repair bill that no warranty will cover, because the wrong oil voids coverage fast. So here's your rule. If the bottle doesn't have a brand you trust and a certification seal you can verify, put it back. Because when it comes to oil, saving $10 today might cost you a new engine tomorrow. Now, what if we told you there's an oil still being sold today that hasn't changed since the 1950s, and using it is like inviting sludge to a house party inside your engine? Number 7, non-detergent oil, a 1950s relic that can destroy a 2025 engine. This one shouldn't even be legal anymore. Non-detergent oil is a relic, a fossil, something your grandfather might have used in his lawnmower, back when Elvis was topping the charts and cars didn't even have oil filters. And yet, walk into the wrong hardware store or shady discount auto shop, and there it is, sitting on the shelf, waiting for someone who doesn't know better. Here's what you need to know. Non-detergent oil has 0 cleaning agents. That means everything your engine picks up, grime, carbon, microscopic metal particles, just circulates endlessly, clumping into sludge, clogging oil passages, and suffocating moving parts. Within weeks, your oil goes from amber to tar. And from there, sludge removal, $500 to $1,200. If it clogs oil passages or burns internals, now you're facing a full rebuild. Compact car, $3,500 to $5,000. Luxury SUV? Try $7,000 plus. It doesn't even have basic anti-wear additives, so your engine's under pressure, under heat, and completely unprotected. Bearings wear down, compression tanks, and your engine eats itself alive from the inside. Unless you're restoring a vintage show car or rebuilding an old tractor engine from 1946, non-detergent oil has zero business being anywhere near a modern vehicle. And yet, it's still sold. No warning, no age restrictions, just a quiet trap waiting for a modern mistake. But here's the twist. Even if you've avoided all these oils, your engine still isn't safe. Because the next threat? It's not in the bottle, it's in the myths you've been told. You avoided the worst oils. You checked the labels. You followed the schedule. So why is your engine still struggling? Because some of the most damaging mistakes don't come from the bottle. They come from bad advice. Let's bust 5 myths that even smart drivers fall for. Myth number 1, additives make your oil better. Snake oil is still snake oil. Modern engine oils already come loaded with a precision-blended cocktail of detergents, anti-wear agents, dispersants, and stabilizers, all tested to work together. Dumping in aftermarket additives is like throwing extra seasoning into a perfectly balanced dish, and then wondering why it tastes awful. Some additives thicken oil, mess with viscosity, or even break down detergents already present. That means more sludge, more wear, and less protection. Bottom line, additives don't enhance good oil, they sabotage it. Myth number 2, you must use the manufacturer's branded oil. Here's the truth, car manufacturers don't make oil. They rebrand it. That bottle with your car's logo on it, it's usually made by a big-name oil company, just sold at a higher price. What really matters is that the oil meets the right standards. Don't overpay for a fancy label. Your car cares about ingredients, not branding. Myth number 3, milky or foamy oil isn't a big deal. It's a huge deal. Milky or foamy oil equals water or coolant contamination, and that means a blown head gasket, cracked engine block, or worse. If you ignore it, you're basically blending your engine's lifeblood with a milkshake of death. One Ford Focus owner didn't notice the signs early enough and ended up paying $11,000 for repairs. Check your dipstick monthly. See anything cloudy or bubbly? Stop driving. Myth number 4, synthetic oil causes leaks in older engines. Wrong again. Synthetic oil doesn't create leaks, it reveals them. It's thinner and flows better than conventional oil, so it seeps through cracks that thicker oil used to mask. But that's actually good. It shows you where problems already existed, so you can fix them before it's too late. Synthetic oil is cleaner, stronger under heat, and better for most engines, old or new. Myth number 5, you can't switch between oil types. Actually, you can. Your engine isn't married to one oil for life. As long as the viscosity and certifications match what your car needs, you can switch between synthetic, conventional, or blends without hurting a thing. Many oils are already hybrids. The only rule, don't downgrade if your engine was built for synthetic. Your oil just needs to meet the spec, not take an oath. So, avoided the bad oils, dodged the myths? Good. But now here's the real test. If you've been using the wrong oil for months, your engine has probably been screaming for help. You just didn't know how to listen. Here's how to decode the early warning signs before they turn into a seized engine and a $5,000 mistake. Number 1, engine sounds louder than usual. That ticking, knocking, or sewing machine chatter, it's not harmless background noise. It often means your oil isn't lubricating fast enough, or at all. You're hearing metal-on-metal friction in real time. Number 2, rough idling or hesitation at stoplights. If your car shudders when you stop or feels sluggish when taking off, your oil may be too thick, too thin, or broken down. It's not fuel. It's not spark plugs. It's often oil flow, or lack of it. Number 3, burning through gas faster than usual. Bad oil equals more friction, equals harder work, equals more fuel burned to do the same job. If your MPG suddenly drops and you haven't changed your driving habits, it's time to check your oil health. Number 4, the dreaded check engine light. Ignore this one at your own risk. Modern cars track oil pressure, timing, emissions, and more. If your oil isn't protecting like it should, that little light is your last warning before something breaks. Don't just reset it. Investigate it. These signs are your car's way of begging for help. Don't wait for smoke or stalling to take action. So we reach a part where it's time to know how to take control. I'll show you exactly how to choose the right oil every time, even if you don't know a thing about cars. Choosing the right oil isn't rocket science, but it's also not guesswork. Get it wrong, and you risk voiding your warranty, slashing engine life, or dropping thousands on repairs. But get it right, your engine runs smoother, longer, and cleaner every single mile. Here's your 4-step cheat code to picking the perfect oil every time. Step 1, pop the hood, look at the oil cap. Most engines literally print the required oil grade right on it. You'll see something like 5W30 or 0W20. That's your starting point. Step 2, flip through the owner's manual. Still got that glove box manual? Crack it open. Inside you'll find the exact viscosity range your engine needs, whether it requires synthetic, recommended certifications. If your oil doesn't match that list, it doesn't belong in your engine. Step 3, ask the right expert, not just any mechanic. Go to a trusted auto parts store or the dealership and ask for your car's oil spec. They'll pull up the factory data in seconds. Don't settle for guesses, get exact specs, not brand names. Step 4, Use a trusted repair database. Go to sites like Hanes, ALLDATA, or even your car manufacturer's website. They list precise oil requirements by year, make, and model. You don't need to know everything, just where to look. Bottom line, the right oil equals exact viscosity, plus proper certification, plus quality brand. Get those 3 things right, and your engine will thank you with thousands of extra miles. And now, it's time. You've seen the oils to avoid, you've learned the myths to ignore, you've decoded the warning signs and mastered the method. But before we wrap, here's the final thing that could save your engine and your wallet. Certification labels. Not just the viscosity or brand. You need to see the API donut, the ILS AC Starburst, or ACEA codes stamped clearly on the bottle. If that label's missing, it doesn't matter how premium or high performance the bottle looks. It's not certified, and uncertified oil can legally be sold and silently destroy your engine. That one missing detail, it's been the cause of thousands of engine failures, countless voided warranties, and repair bills north of $3,000. All because the oil looked fine, but wasn't approved. So next time you're buying oil, ask yourself, does this bottle have the seal? If it doesn't, walk away. Now it's your turn. Ever use the wrong oil and paid the price? Drop your story in the comments and help someone else avoid the same mistake. And if you want to go even deeper, check out our video about costly oil change mistakes that ruin your engine. Until next time, drive smart, read the label, and don't let a $15 mistake turn into a $7,000 disaster.